Hey guys, Justine here. I haven't done a video on this channel forever. There's actually two topics that I really want to talk about, but I'm going to do one in this video, and this is really just going to be a reading with Colette Baron-Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle deck, because I think it's a really, really neat deck. And I'm going to do another video very shortly about narcissists and narcissistic abuse. And the reason for that is because the past few years I have been a little bit silent on this channel and silent in my personal life and in my professional career as an artist because I was in a very toxic relationship. And again, I'm going to save that for another video because that's a whole other can of worms that I'm not going to be opening right now. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned because I think it's something that happens. I think it happens more often than not, and it's something that I feel just isn't talked about very much. So stay tuned for that narcissistic abuse video, and it definitely is going to just touch upon some warning signs or some of the things I went through, some of the things I've been reading about and researching, and also codependency, because codependents often end up in relationships with narcissists and you don't even realize what's happening. And I think that's the scary thing, and that's really the main reason why I didn't feel like I could speak out about it, because I didn't even realize it was happening at the time. So with that being said, I'm going to leave that to another video, and today I'm just going to do a really quick reading. Today is March 10th. So, heading into the middle of March 2020, can't believe it's 2020 already. And my intention for this video is just to pull 3 cards or more, whatever feels right. And again, this is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. I'm still fairly new to this deck, so I don't know all of the meanings super well. And my intention, I'm just gonna, clear the deck here and just, take a moment to focus. And this reading is for anyone watching at any time. And we're just going to this is really just for an overall energy reading of what's going on for the middle of March and what people may be experiencing on a collective level, and messages to help us through that. So here we go. I really enjoy this deck because I am very new to it, but it's different than traditional tarot, and it's different from angel cards, and I just really like getting messages from animals. I think it's pretty cool. And then when you see animals in the physical, it represents a message as well. And sometimes we have like a totem animal spirit. Sometimes you'll just start seeing the same animal on social media, or like I said, in person all of a sudden, and it's really interesting to kind of research their meanings. So I really like this deck for that. So the first message here is from the Deer Spirit: bring a gentle touch. So obviously this is about nurturance. This is definitely about being kind to yourself, whatever you're going through, and to be a little bit more gentle with yourself, because I find when we're really, really busy in the hustle and bustle of a life, we forget to be gentle with ourselves. And then what happens in all of our relationships, they mirror that back to us. And so we start fighting and arguing more about really petty, silly things. And really, it doesn't have to be an extensive self-care process. I mean, the more time you have for self-care, the better. But even just taking some time to meditate, to journal, to breathe, just to pause in your day-to-day life, it will impact your relationship with yourself and everything that's going on in your life. So it's going to impact your relationship with your work, with your partner, with your family, with your friends. So this is really just about taking time to be gentle with yourself. And in turn, when you do that, you will be able to show up in a more gentle, nurturing way with others, which is, in my world, always a beneficial thing. The next message here is from the Moth Spirit: surrender now. Okay. So surrendering. That is a very interesting topic because it's something that I've struggled with my whole life in terms of everything, every aspect of my life. Surrendering can be really, really difficult because if you're someone like me, you want control. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, we do not always have control over everything in our lives. We certainly don't have control over other people. And again, this is bringing up the whole gentleness message as well, because that's what surrendering is. Like, you have to really surrender, let go, try to be gentle with yourself, and do the best job that you can with whatever your life circumstances are right now in this moment. Because we can't control everything. We can't control the past. We can't control the the future. We can't change what's been done, and this is really about coming back to the present moment and trying to let it go. And the best way to surrender is through these mindfulness, gentleness practices on a day-to-day basis, which again can be really difficult because life is busy, but I think it helps to incorporate, like I said, the meditation, the journaling, the deep breaths, the yoga, baths even really help, I find, exercise. So these are the things that help us to come back to the moment and not obsess about the past, not obsess about the future, come back to right now, surrender the rest. And that's really all we can do. And this is really just about doing your best. Just do the best that you can do every day. Tomorrow's a new day. Just do your best. Surrendering is like such a tricky lesson, honestly. It really is. There are times when we want to control, but the really funny thing about that, so I have a really great little story to share about surrender. So the funny thing is that the minute that you want to give up, and the minute that you do often give up, that's when the universe has time to meet you halfway and comes in and can, deliver something to you. Because it's important to try and put in effort towards your hopes, your dreams, your goals, whatever. But when we overdo it and we try too hard to manipulate situations or manipulate people, or when we aren't taking time to take care of ourselves in the process of whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, things don't have room to grow. There's no space to breathe. It's like there's no water for the plants. It's like you're drying out your well, you're drying out your plants, and there's no room for things to come to fruition. So this has happened to me many times. You think I would learn by now, but I'm human. So a couple months ago in January of this year, I was looking for a new apartment. I was looking for a new job. I was looking for a new car. I was treating that like my day job. Every day I would wake up, turn on my phone, look at my computer, hop on as I'm in bed before I have breakfast, before I take a breath, before I meditate, before I have water, like before I did anything, my face was in my phone and in my computer, looking on Kijiji, looking on Facebook, looking on Craigslist, applying to jobs, applying for apartments, stressing out, trying to control everything, every day. So I did this for the first 2 weeks of the new year. Guess what happened? I got sick, of course. I made myself sick because I was stressing myself out all day and all night. I wasn't sleeping properly, and I was just trying way too hard to control and didn't surrender. So guess what happened? So I was sick, I was knocked out, couldn't do a thing for about 2 weeks, had a really bad cold, didn't have enough energy to do any computer work, didn't have energy to get out of bed, like I was knocked right out. So near the end of my cold, I had 2 amazing emails come in one day. And I wasn't obsessively checking my emails at this point because I was still sick. And I just so happened to glance at my phone mid-morning on this day in January, and I got 2 emails. One was for an opportunity to be on national television, and the other was an opportunity to be signed with a booking agency. Both really rare opportunities that literally came out of nowhere, but it also came at a time when I was in that state of surrender, and I was sick, and I literally couldn't do anything, and I hadn't spent the past few days prior to that day of getting those emails doing very much at all because I was just focusing on self-care. So again, needless to say, the more we surrender, the better. And that doesn't mean that you don't do anything. It doesn't mean that you're gonna like slack off and, not put out any intentions or treat yourself badly. I think that's the thing. We get this weird idea that surrender means that I'm just gonna chill out and watch Netflix and eat junk food and my dreams are just gonna somehow flow to me. Like, that's not exactly how it works either. I mean, you have to have clear intentions of what you want, try, but not overdo it and not get obsessed about how things are supposed to show up for you. And really just try your best. Like I said, try your best, self-care, be gentle with yourself, surrender, because that's all you can really do. And you have to, from there, let the universe meet you halfway. So you do have to put out the intentions and you do have to put in some legwork, but not be overly controlling about it. So the last message I have here is the peacock spirit. I love this. Let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That gives me chills. This is all about being yourself, being your best self, shining your unique light, being who you are, and remembering that you are unique and there's no one else like you. Yes, there's tons of people on the planet, but everyone has their own unique gifts and their own unique light, individual, energetic expression and imprint in this lifetime. And this is just about shining like this peacock. Like, see the light coming out? Just shining and being you. Not focusing on other people's judgments of you and how people expect you to be or dress or look. I'm someone that has to deal with that quite a bit as an artist. I'm always getting feedback constantly of how I should dress, how I should sound, what kind of songs I should sing, you name it. And this is really just about being confident in your own skin, saying what you want to say, being what you want to be, and of course always being mindful and trying to be kind to other people as well. Like, this isn't being rude, but this is really about just being true to you, being okay to let go of the past and surrender. And that, sorry guys, I got interrupted there by a business call. Anyways, I don't know where I was at with this, but this is the other thing about surrendering, is letting go of the past, letting go of trials, tribulations, arguments, things from the past, relationships from the past, anything that's not serving you any longer. This is really, again, all about surrendering to the present moment, shining your light, being you, letting go of the idea that you need to impress everybody, that everyone needs to like you. Just do you. This is all really about being gentle with yourself, surrendering, doing your best every day, not overly stressing about things. Like, let the universe meet you halfway. Do your part, but let the universe do their part too. And just be true to you. Let your light shine. So I hope you enjoyed this reading today, and I hope to chat with you guys soon. All right, take care.